Good morning. My name is Detective Saunders. Thank you for coming down to the precinct. I need to speak with you about your ex-wife. Yes, yes. Well, as you already know, she was found in her new apartment. And, well, it was a rather gruesome sight. Oh, you're not sure why you're down here. Well, I mean, one thing I can tell you as a homicide detective, normally when something like this happens, the victim usually knew her attacker. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Oh, no. I'm not accusing you. We're just interviewing everyone who was close to her during the previous year. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, I mean, after all, sir, the two of you did have a rather messy breakup after how long was it? Right around 8 years of marriage, two children. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, it's understandable that someone like you might be a bit upset. Well, no, again, no one's accusing you of anything, sir. We wanted to ask you about her, well, the man she had the affair with. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing, sir. Um, we've already interviewed him, and he told us a few, shall we say, unpleasant things about you. But we're not here to judge or anything like that. Oh, yeah, that's the automatic air freshener. Don't worry about it. So, your wife has an affair after 8 years of marriage. Thanks to you, she didn't have to work. She didn't have to do anything except raise the two children. And, you know, apparently your two children are extremely well behaved, so it's not as though she had a lot of work to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I noticed that well, I noticed that her SUV is in her name, but you're the one making the payments. Is that correct? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, I mean, it's not like she was driving around in a Mercedes Benz or a BMW, but that SUV was fully loaded, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Mm. Now, here's the thing, your wife hasn't worked in the last 8 years, so why would she need a fully loaded SUV? Mm-hmm. 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 Well, No one needs a fully loaded SUV in order to pick up their children from school, to drop off their children at school, or to go shopping. You know, a basic bare bones SUV would get the job done. Doesn't even require a navigation system, does it, sir? No. But your wife insisted on having a fully loaded, luxurious SUV, didn't she? And you were happy to make the payments on it. Didn't you even take a second job? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. And the vacations. I mean, there were a few times when your wife went on vacation without you. Weren't there? Yes. Oh, she got stressed and you needed to work. So she got stressed making meals for her two well-behaved children that she had with you. She got stressed once in a while cleaning the house, doing some vacuuming. Yeah, well, I mean, those vacuums can be obnoxiously loud, correct? So maybe the noise bothered her. Oh, she had one of those whisper quiet Dyson vacuum cleaners. I see. Yeah, aren't those like really, really expensive? Mm-hmm. 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 So, I mean, basically, with the exception of going into labor twice and giving you children, your wife, she really didn't do much, did she? Well, I mean, it's just us in this room, sir. You can afford to be honest with me. Your wife didn't do much of anything except give you those two children, a bit of occasional cleaning, pick up the children from school, drop them off, make their lunches. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cruise around in that SUV that you paid for. I mean, granted, it's not from a luxury brand, but I mean, fully loaded. What would you rather have? A stripped down Mercedes-Benz or something like a Ford or Chevy with every single luxury option equipped? You know, who cares about the badge? Am I right? So you did all that for your wife, even taking on a second job. And she didn't show you much appreciation, did she? And on top of that, when you were working your ass off to make sure that your wife and children had a nice, luxurious house, a nice, luxurious SUV, lots of electronics. Your wife loved those designer sheets, didn't she? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't she actually take the bed when she left? I mean, when she moved into her new apartment and she took your kids away from you and she demanded alimony, she demanded child support, but she wouldn't even sit down and discuss joint visitation. I mean, she tried to get custody all by herself. Wouldn't even, I mean, after all, you did have a reputation for being a great father. Oh, sorry about that. Julio's still working on fixing that darn generator in the basement. I mean, this building is older than Moses himself. But yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say you were a great father? Yeah, I meant you are a great father. I mean, soccer practice for your son, your daughter. I mean, not many parents could afford those types of extracurricular activities for their young daughter. But oh, you had no problem working tons of overtime, paying for that, just to make your little girl happy. And what does your wife do? Takes her away from you. Who the hell does she think she is? Well, of course, she's her mother. But what did she ever do for her? Teach her how to put on makeup at a young age like that? No little girl needs to know that. Not at that age. What else did she do? Yeah, not much except for the makeup, right? Dress her up like a little doll in pretty dresses. Yeah. Didn't spend a lot of quality time with her, did she? No. You had to step in, especially on the weekend. Yeah. And with your son. I mean, I don't know how you did it, balancing everything, work, overtime, trying to get some sleep, helping your daughter with her projects, teaching your son everything he needed to know to grow up to be a good man. And what does your wife do? Everything you sacrificed so that she could have all those luxuries, so she could live like a queen, so your children could have everything they wanted. What about you? Now, I heard about what you bought your wife last Christmas and what you got your children. What did you get last Christmas? Yeah. You ended up getting a drawing from your daughter. Oh, I'm sure you appreciated it. But that's all you got. Your wife didn't even bother getting you anything. Oh, she did. What did she get you, if you don't mind me asking? So she got herself a little lacy red negligee, and she let you enjoy her body that one night. But it's been a while since she did that for you, hasn't it? It's been a while since she did anything for you in the bedroom. Well, no need to get upset with me, sir. Listen, you ended up owing all that alimony, all that child support, and she wouldn't even let you see her kids. And I bet she was angry when that miserable female judge gave you one thing: joint custody. Well, not really joint custody, partial joint custody. I think that would be a better way to describe it, wouldn't you? Yeah, everything you did for your kids, for your wife, oh, ex-wife. Yeah. I mean, she cheats on you, then she gets her own apartment, won't let you see the kids even though you're a great father. Oh, I've seen her apartment. It's rather impressive, or it would have been if it wasn't blood-stained. Yeah. And the messed up part, she's still seeing the guy she cheated on you with. Yeah. Took that luxury bed with her to her new luxury apartment. Now he gets to sleep in it instead of you. That must have made you very angry. Look, I'm not accusing you. The thing is, though, you really don't have much of an alibi. Hey, I get it. You're stressed out. I'll tell you what. Why don't you go ahead? Have a cigarette. Yeah, on me. Well, we both know it's a nasty habit. I'm trying to quit. Makes me a little irritable, but you go ahead. Oh no, you can definitely smoke in here. Well, I'm the lead homicide detective in the squad. If I say you can smoke in here, you can definitely smoke in here. You go right ahead. Yeah. Well, I know you've got that lighter, so you go ahead. Well, why should I confiscate it from you? You're not a suspect. Go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Could I have that pack back? It's a brand new one. Thank you. Yes. Yes. A brand new pack. Officer Ramirez, would you please take that pack and place it into the evidence bag? Thank you. You can run it down now. My apologies, sir. We basically have a ton of circumstantial evidence that you were the one who showed up at your wife's luxury apartment. Yes. Well, no offense, but we spoke with your neighbor, Mrs. Winters. Yeah. And she told us the truth, that you knew exactly where your wife's luxury apartment is located because Mrs. Winters, just having a conversation with you, mentioned where it was. Yeah. Oh, we have her sworn statement, so you knew where her luxury apartment was. You made sure your children wouldn't be there. And, well, you showed up. Maybe you just went there to talk with her. Maybe you wanted to get something off your chest, and you just planned on shouting at her for being such a miserable, worthless piece of human garbage. Maybe things got a bit out of hand. Who knows? But yeah, well, we found the kitchen knife, obviously. We were able to get fingerprints off of it, and now that you handled that pack of cigarettes, we can get fingerprints off of that as well. I mean, it's rare nowadays for a man to get a job without being fingerprinted, and you've never been in trouble with the law before, so it's not like we have your fingerprints on file. And quite frankly, all of the evidence we had was circumstantial. I don't think we could have gotten a warrant to get you fingerprinted, but now we have that pack of cigarettes that you noticed I handled very carefully. We're going to compare the fingerprints from that pack of cigarettes to the fingerprints we recovered on the knife and on the inside of the door handle. I mean, you claim you've never been there. You claim you don't know her address. I mean, we pretty much got you dead to rights. Quite frankly, I don't care if you confess. We've got enough evidence to put you away. Honestly, though, you're a good man. You should have fought for your kids in court to see them. Instead, you just took things too far. I don't know. Maybe she deserved it, but your kids deserve having a father. Now they've lost both parents.